If you're over 60, you know the feeling. That moment you first sit up in bed when your feet touch the floor and everything feels a bit stiff, a bit slow, a bit unsteady. For many, those first few steps of the day are the most cautious ones. It's a quiet reminder that your balance isn't what it used to be, and it can set a tone of hesitation for the rest of your day. You are not alone in feeling this. But what if I told you that this morning stiffness isn't a life sentence? What if it's actually an opportunity? The truth that almost no one talks about is that your balance system, much like your muscles, needs to be woken up. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, the communication between your joints, muscles, and brain is dormant. Jumping straight into your day without a proper wake-up call for your stability system is like trying to drive a car that's been sitting in the cold all night. It's going to be sluggish and unresponsive. In this video, I'm going to reveal a hidden morning routine. A simple 3-move sequence you can do in just a few minutes, right from your chair or even the edge of your bed, before you even have your first cup of coffee. These gentle movements are specifically designed to activate your ankles, warm up your core stabilizers, and restart that critical brain-to-body conversation, setting you up for a full day of feeling steadier, safer, and more confident. Let's begin. All right, let's begin with our first movement. This one is so gentle and simple, you can do it while still sitting on the edge of your bed. We are going to start with ankle circles. Now, I know what you might be thinking, ankle circles, that's it? But I want you to reconsider. Think of your ankles as the anchors for your entire body. When they are stiff and immobile, especially in the morning, every step you take is a negotiation. Your foot can't roll smoothly, your knees and hips have to compensate, and your brain receives slow, unclear signals from the ground. This single, gentle movement is the most important first step to lubricate those anchors for the day. Its purpose is to restore flexibility and circulation to the ankle joint. This is critical for improving your ability to walk on uneven surfaces, to react quickly if you start to trip, and to allow for the thousands of tiny adjustments your feet must make every day to keep you stable. Here is how we do it safely and effectively. Sit upright on a firm surface, like a dining chair or the edge of your bed. Make sure your back is straight and supported. You don't want to be slouched. Now, straighten one leg out in front of you, just enough so your foot is off the floor. If this is difficult, you can simply rest your heel on the floor and lift just your forefoot. Find what works for you. Let's start with the right foot. I want you to begin making large, slow, deliberate circles with your foot. Imagine you are drawing a big circle in the air with your big toe. Don't rush this. The goal is to move the ankle through its full range of motion. Do 10 circles in one direction, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Feel that stretch. What should you feel? You should feel a gentle stretching sensation in your ankle, your foot, and maybe even up into your lower leg, your shin. You might even hear some light clicking or popping. As long as there is no sharp pain, this is perfectly normal. It's just the joint waking up. What to avoid? Avoid moving your entire leg. The movement should come from the ankle itself, not from your hip or knee. Keep your leg as still as possible. After 10 circles in one direction, I want you to reverse it. 10 slow, controlled circles in the opposite direction. Notice if one direction feels tighter than the other. This is valuable information your body is giving you. Once you've completed both directions, switch legs and repeat the entire sequence with your left foot. 10 circles clockwise and 10 circles counterclockwise. This simple act, taking less than 2 minutes, sends a powerful signal to your brain that you are preparing to move. It brings blood flow to the area and restores the flexibility you need for a safe and stable day. Now that we've lubricated your ankles, it's time for our second move, the seated march. This movement is the ignition for your body's engine. Its purpose is to wake up your hip flexors and your deep core muscles. These are the muscles responsible for lifting your knees and feet with every single step you take. When these muscles are sleepy, especially in the morning, you're more likely to shuffle your feet. And shuffling is one of the leading causes of trips and falls because your toes can easily catch on a rug or an uneven piece of pavement. This simple seated march retrains that fundamental lifting pattern. This is all about control, not speed. We're going to stay in our safe seated position, either on the chair or the edge of the bed. First, let's check your posture. Sit tall, as if a string is gently pulling the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Your feet should be flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Rest your hands gently on your thighs. Before we even begin, I want you to engage your core. You can do this by gently pulling your belly button in towards your spine. This simple action stabilizes your entire torso. Now here is the movement. Slowly, as if you are marching through water, lift your right knee up towards the ceiling. Lift it as high as you comfortably can without leaning back or losing your posture. The goal is to get your thigh parallel to the floor, but only go as high as feels good for you. Hold it at the top for just 1 second, and then slowly lower it back down to the floor with complete control. As soon as your right foot touches the ground, begin lifting your left knee in the same slow, controlled manner. Up, hold for 1 second, and down with control. That's it. You are simply alternating lifting your knees, but with purpose and intention. What should you feel? You should feel the muscles at the front of your hip and in your thigh working. You should also feel your core muscles staying tight to keep your upper body perfectly still and upright. What to avoid? The biggest mistake is to slouch or rock your body back and forth to gain momentum. Your upper body should remain as still as a statue. All the work should be happening from your hips down. Also, avoid just letting your foot flop back down. The controlled lowering of your leg is just as important as the lifting. I want you to continue this slow, steady march for 1 full minute. Breathe calmly and evenly. 1 minute of this focused movement warms up the exact muscles you need to walk with a clear, confident, and safe stride. It's a powerful signal to your brain and body that you are ready to move through your day without shuffling and with much greater stability. We've woken up your ankles and started your body's engine. Now, for our final morning move, we are going to activate your stability switch. This is perhaps the most subtle movement of the 3, but it is profoundly important. It targets the deep stabilizing muscles in your hips and core, specifically your gluteus medius and your obliques. These are the muscles that control side-to-side stability and, critically, they are the first muscles that need to fire when you prepare to stand up. Think about the act of getting out of a chair. You don't just stand straight up. First, you have to shift your weight to one side to free up the other leg. If these side-stabilizing muscles are weak or asleep, that initial weight shift feels unstable and difficult, forcing you to use your hands to push off. This exercise directly trains that exact foundational movement. Let's remain in our safe seated position, sitting tall on our firm surface with feet flat on the floor. Keep that great posture we established, with your core gently engaged. Here is the movement. I want you to lean your weight onto your right hip, pressing your right foot gently into the floor. As you do this, you will feel your left hip become lighter. Now, using your core muscles, I want you to lift the left side of your pelvis just a tiny bit, maybe half an inch, off the chair. The goal is to lift it just enough so you could slide a piece of paper underneath. The most important part of this exercise is to keep your shoulders level. Imagine you have a glass of water balanced on your head. You are not leaning your upper body to the side. You are lifting from your deep core and hip. Hold that slight lift for 2 seconds, feeling those muscles engage, and then slowly lower it back down with control. Now, let's switch sides. Shift your weight onto your left hip, press that left foot down, and then lift the right side of your pelvis slightly off the chair. Hold for 2 seconds, and lower with control. What should you feel? You should feel the muscles on the side of your hip and in your lower core, working hard to both lift you and keep you stable. It's not a big, dramatic feeling, but a deep, solid engagement. What to avoid? The number one thing to avoid is leaning your torso from side to side. Your shoulders should stay as level as possible. The lift must come from the pelvis. Also, avoid using momentum. This should be a slow, controlled, and very deliberate muscular action. Continue alternating sides for 1 full minute. This tiny movement is like flipping a switch that tells your core stabilizers it's time to work. It builds the exact strength and coordination you need to shift your weight with confidence, making the simple act of standing up from any surface feel significantly easier, safer, and more controlled throughout the day. And there you have it. A simple, hidden routine that takes less than 5 minutes but can change the entire course of your day. You've learned how to lubricate your anchors with ankle circles, how to start your body's engine with the seated march, and how to activate your stability switch with the pelvic lift. This isn't just a random set of exercises, it's a deliberate sequence designed to wake your body and brain up together. Now, I want to quickly answer a couple of common questions. First, do I have to do this in the morning? The morning is ideal because it prepares you for the day ahead, but the real answer is that the best time to do it is the time you will actually do it consistently. If after lunch works better for you, that's perfectly fine. The goal is to create a daily habit. Second, what if I feel a little sore or stiff when I do these? Feeling the muscles work is a good thing. That means you're activating them. However, you should never feel sharp pain. These are meant to be gentle movements. Always listen to your body, move within your comfortable range, and remember that consistency is far more important than intensity. The most powerful promise you can make to yourself is a small one. It's not about committing to an hour at the gym. It's about committing to these 5 minutes. 5 minutes that tell your body you are prioritizing your safety. 5 minutes that invest in your independence. 5 minutes that build a foundation of confidence you will carry with you until you go to bed that night. So, let's make a commitment together. If you are going to try this hidden morning routine tomorrow, I want you to go to the comment section right now and write, "I am a morning mover." This simple declaration is a promise to yourself and an inspiration to everyone else in this community. If you found this routine helpful, please share this video with a friend or a family member. So many people feel that morning stiffness and don't know there's a simple solution. And finally, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. We have so much more to share with you, including an advanced version of this routine and a special video on the 3 best breakfast habits to improve your stability even further. You won't want to miss it. Remember, how you start your day often determines how you live your day. Start it with intention. Stay strong, stay steady, and I will see you in the next video.